Three, two, one, and we are live here back again. The Shane and Kohler show presented to you by Number One City, episode 5. The day is April 28th. April 28th. I just woke up from a nap. How you feeling today, Shane?
Technically, I'm still working.
Shane's still working. Who's not always working though, you know?
Either making money or spending money is what my company says.
Right. It's the rat race.
Oh, good. Got an email. So yeah, long day. Was out yesterday. Food poisoning is what I'm diagnosing it as. I think it was from Chipotle.
Well, whoa. You're just throwing accusations at companies like that?
I'm pretty sure it was that.
Well, I mean, I don't want a lawsuit. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. All right. I mean, sick days. So yeah, we've been kind of out for the past couple days watching the NFL draft. Shane's been sick.
Now we're back.
And now we're back.
4-day week.
Tuesday, April 28th. First thing on the docket. First subject. Subject 1. I've been seeing this pop up more and more, and it's confusing the hell out of me because I literally have no idea what it is. I think I might be one. The term simp. What is a simp? SIMP. I'm not in with the kids. What the kids are saying. You appear to know what it is, so if you can just maybe read off an Urban Dictionary version of it for me real quick.
I'm going to pull it up on my work computer. I don't know. I don't think it's anything like inappropriate. Not Simpson.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't sound that inappropriate.
Yeah, but I think that you're seeing it more, especially back on Twitter, because it's literally everywhere. Oh, great.
Yeah.
First ad that pops up when I Google something, Nutrafil, hair wellness from within. Target market, rethinning hair, question mark? Take off. Simp. A man that puts himself in.
Wait, is it a noun, verb, pronoun?
It's a noun.
Okay.
A man that puts too much value on a female for no reason. That's one of them.
Okay.
A square with no game other than rolling out the red carpet for every female.
Oh, I know some simps. I don't think I'm a simp.
No, you're not.
Okay, good.
You're
nice. Win number 1 of the day.
Hold on. A man that prides himself with chivalry in hopes of getting sexual gratification from women.
Oh, like a soy boy.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like a soy boy.
I
think simp is worse than soy boy. I think soy boy is when you're like actually like in the attempt of spoiling and like it's like almost like a friend zone, I think.
Like a white knight.
Yeah, sure. I think it's like a friend zone to where you're continuing to get used. One of the things says the role of Kevin James in the show King of Queens.
That sounds right. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's short for simpleton or something, but it's someone that goes out and does all this shit and expects, like I did this and this for you, or trying to be.
Yeah. Like I did all this stuff for you. Let's go on a date.
I did all that stuff, took you on a date. Now.
Yeah. Oh. No. It's an emotional fluffer trying to take it to the next level.
And I think it's when people get upset after. I don't know if there are people that get upset afterwards, like what the fuck? I took you on this couple $100 date, and now you shake my hand goodbye, and then post an Instagram story about how your best friend took you out to dinner.
Yeah. No, don't want to be that guy.
I don't think you are. I know some people are. I mean, I'm just gonna run with it right now.
Go for it.
Fucking Sheridan from Listen to Your Heart.
Yeah, that guy's the worst.
The definition of a simp, but he's so nice.
If I had any respect for him left from episode 2, episode 3 completely it's done. It's gone. No more respect for that man.
I don't understand how it continues to go. As you watched last night, or as you watched last week, he still gave her the rose to continue Julia's time in the mansion, whatever the hell. And it progressed and progressed. And then she still was going after Brandon, who she's deeply in love with after they had like one
Brandon, the greaser, you see?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, last night, what they did is they did the thing where it was like cutthroat. You have to couple up or you're leaving. You know, if you don't see someone there. I also really appreciate how Gabe there shot his shot. Like
Dude, Gabe let it fly.
Yeah. He
He's
put
like,
it all out there for Julian, or not Julia, for Savannah.
Was that her name? Yep,
Yeah.
Savannah. I wrote it down.
I just can't get over the fact that this guy is continuing to do everything for this girl, and she's just accusing Savannah and Brandon of being fake together and playing the game when she's literally doing what she's calling other people out for.
Yeah. And by the way, Brandon's just playing them both. Like Brandon is like one of the worst people. Is he smooth? I don't know. He's like one of the worst people I've ever seen on TV. Like he's so clearly just a shit guy.
But he's smooth though, and he's like he addresses everything like very directly. Nothing like is too. He says just enough to keep them.
Yeah,
going.
Like super like shady shit. Like,
dude,
this dude is the downfall of society.
What should have happened is Julia should not have accepted the rose last week from Sheridan.
I mean, she wanted to be on the show, Shane. If she didn't accept the rose, she wouldn't be on the show.
But then she's calling everyone else selfish and they're playing the game and how they're all fake.
Well, yeah, the argument's not, is Julia an awful person? Because she is.
Okay, what's going to happen next, though, is my question. Julia's a hell of an actress. She may be in some major roles after this with the way that she puts on the show with Sheridan in a concert for Jason Mraz, who I love. Kesha, I don't think that was really Kesha. That looked like some, like,
I know that
it was like JWoww post-plastic surgery, and like
it's like they rolled out their first version of the Bachelor AI. It's just like, and then it went overboard with all the jewelry and stuff, and like she had like fucking chain wallets on her fingers. You're like, what are you like? What is this? Is this,
kept on
is
showing
this
her?
fashion?
She was like, then she's like, what the fuck is going on?
Emotion, show emotion.
It was like one thing I thought right away. I was like, that's not Kesha. I also like how Jason Mraz was kind of cutthroat with him.
Yeah, Jason Mraz is.
Dude, who would have thought?
Hats. Love the hats.
Who would have thought from a guy singing such happy beach vibes, wearing a fedora and just a Hawaiian shirt?
Here was one part that really confused me, was how they took 4 people who had never met any of these people before, you would assume, and they just had them sit down and then judge their relationship based on how they sung the song. Like, okay, I watched every single one. To me, they all had the same amount of emotional connection with how they sung the song. I don't get how you can be like, oh, she looked at him more, or he smiled more, or like he put his hand on her thigh. Like, how are you supposed to judge emotional connection based on that stuff if you're performing?
They're judging the
like anybody can fake stare at each other and smile.
No, dude. Well, I mean, clearly not.
I'm just a sociopath.
I don't know who those 2 people that went home were, but that do look kind of like Ryan Seacrest that went home. They were very uncomfortable to watch. When you're in the hot tub and he tried kissing her. Like
had a booty. Yeah, it seems like none of the guys have any game except for that one guy who's just nabbing all of them up.
That's why he's a hot commodity.
Yeah, he's just like, he says cheesy things. That's the key to the show.
Let's go back to this, though. I think that you could definitely judge based off of someone's connection with it. But I also think that they're performers, and that if they want to show a deeper connection, that they're going to just put it on and make it look fake. So I think that the judging is, are you seeing someone that's actually being real, or someone that's actually being, you could tell they're fake. Like Julia looked fake as fuck, but she sold the hell out of it.
Yeah. So that's all you got to do. Like, it's not like if you have an actual emotional connection. It's just like, can you look like you're having a good time with this person, you know?
What I noticed too between, I think his name is Ryan and Natasha, the dude from Dearborn Heights. Tall guy, looks like Shawn Mendes. Great head of hair.
Yeah, that was the girl that was really good, right?
Yeah.
Black guy, best voice out of all the dudes
Oh,
for
dude,
sure.
Chris fucking kills it.
Black guy kills it. Okay,
Yeah.
and then that girl, yeah,
I
she's the
love how
best voice out of all the girls.
he sang Leon Bridges too, so you probably know that song.
Oh yeah, they hit it spot on, and like I love that song. I love Leon Bridges. Me and Leon go way back.
No, I think that they're actually legit. Great voice. But the Ryan and Natasha thing, I think that they're just in cahoots where they're like, hey, let's just fake it till you make it. Let's remain like low key, just like be high level at these times where it needs to show emotion and everything, because they keep on referring to each other, if you don't notice, as team. So like Natasha goes, I can't wait till like this is over. We could just be a good team together. Like they're never talking about being like a couple.
Oh, I did not notice that.
They're always talking about being a team. So when the camera's on, they're like hugging, like kissing. And she was like, yeah, I think this is really good for like us as a team. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
travel as a team. Like we
because
can.
also they were talking about they're like she's gonna outshine you, sir.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like, the guy was like, what? She's like, they're like, she's way better than you by
yeah.
far.
Yeah, dude. Jason Mraz is fucking cutthroat. Who would have
Yeah.
thought?
One more thing I want to talk about on the episode last night, Bachelor the Musical. When Gabe left, okay, first off, one of my favorite moments in reality TV show is when like a guy or like somebody on the show decides to leave. They're like, okay, I have my boat has ran its course. I must go now. And then they make the dramatic send off. And in this situation would get both versions. You get the guy version of the send off and the girl version of the send off.
That's
Two
true.
two completely different send offs. Guy version, he's going. There's a circle of bros. He goes, you know what, guys? You know, I feel like I can't accomplish anymore here. I've done what I can. Like, love you guys. Everybody gets up, bro hugs. Love you, man. Hey, good luck out there. Like, stay safe. I'll hit you up when we get out of here. Like, that's what guys leaving a
Like
reality TV show.
prison. I'll
That's what it's
get
like.
you up when we're out of here.
There's like, hey man, you made it. Fucking, we love you. See you, dude. Girl send offs, tears, loneliness, gone. Like, get the camera out of my face. I don't want to be seen right now. And then they're always crying, and then they just get in the car like super dramatic and leave. And they're like, I just don't know what else I should do, and I did everything I could, and boo, 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 boo. And then they're just gone. And then that's like the two differences. They don't say goodbye to anybody. They're just like, get the cameras out of my face, and then
Yeah,
they
they
just
leave.
leave.
I like when
One of my favorite moments.
After Gabe decided to leave, like Brandon came in and like Gabe decided to leave. Did you say goodbye? And he was like, oh no, I didn't get a chance. Like just like continues to talk. Like it's like, oh fuck him. No, I didn't get a chance.
Yeah. So the send-offs are great.
Well, for next, I think they've really developed the core here now. Chris and Bree, hopefully they don't break America's heart because they're the favored people. With Chris's voice is insane.
Oh, they gotta go, man. They gotta go all the way.
Ryan's gonna get outshined by Natasha. She'll probably get signed on a deal under like J Lo's record or some shit. I don't know if she has one. I don't know if she's trying to buy the Mets, but Ryan will just come back and play local places in Detroit and like, oh, you're that guy that was with that girl. She's way better than you. Like,
he's the one we most likely have a chance at interviewing. So it's cool.
and I think that I think Brandon's gonna fuck up and like bang Julia.
Dude, they can't let the Brandon, Savannah, Julia Sheridan love square go on for much longer.
No,
Like, it's the worst thing about the show for sure. Like, Julia is the worst person I've ever met.
if you're Sheridan at this point, what do? You just
Well,
go home.
if I was Sheridan, I would have definitely gone home. I love it when they cut to him and he's like writing. He's always fucking writing something.
Or he's like
I'm
playing
like,
a fucking just random song, just singing about her like off the top of his head.
yeah, like when they're like practicing and like he's like way into her like playing, and then she's like looking at Brandon and Savannah and like
She's like,
over
they're
in the
just
distance.
so
You can
loud.
hear them in the distance like playing and practicing their song, and she's just like, it's like, fucking hate them. And like it was just like, dude.
It's 2 weeks into it, and she's like, it's just hard living with someone that you had feelings for. You met this dude 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
they've been there for like 10 days. Like,
It's a great show to watch and talk about, but honestly, the layout of it's just so fucking wonky, so weird.
yeah, it's
Sheridan has to go home.
just leave, dude. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. Like if you're doing it for your music career or whatever, but stop like being such a bitch about it.
Maybe
Put
he'll
your
come out
foot
with
down.
he'll come out with a great heartbreak album after this.
Yeah, he's gonna be like the Taylor Swift of dudes, except less attractive.
Well, maybe you'll see him when you're in Austin when he comes back. Maybe he's already back.
I hope not.
Oh God.
All right. Well,
All right.
yep.
Working, man.
That's for the
Anyway, so
musical.
yeah, we'll follow up on that one next week. It's exciting. I mean, they're trying to get their music careers going and everything, and could do so many things other than music, as clearly Blink 182's. Is it Tom DeLonge? Is that how you say it? Or DeLonge? The guy from
I feel
Blink
like
182.
DeLonge is right. I don't know.
I don't know what one it is, but yesterday I saw that the Pentagon declassified all the videos that somehow Blink 182's guitarist got in like 2017. I still don't understand how that worked.
The UFC videos. Yeah, I saw him. He was on Joe Rogan and I actually listened to that show and he was talking about it and he's way into aliens. Way into aliens.
Like back in 2017, because this is when he leaked the video.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago, yeah. I think I was working at the bank when that was. So, yeah, it was around then.
I get it. I mean, you're like at that point where you can have enough money, and if you're really interested, he put all his money into it. He started a company that, and I don't know how people get these leaked videos. Are they hacking? Are you hacking into the Pentagon? I don't
I don't
understand.
know. I don't know. Like, maybe he knows somebody. I don't know how you get anything like that's like top secret or classified,
I don't
I'm
either.
at the very beginning of my journalism career here. But by the way, don't believe it. I don't believe the UFO thing. I don't believe those are like
So the
whenever
Pentagon.
whenever we get UFO videos, I'm gonna put the UFO in quotations, parentheses, UFO in quotations. It's always like this blurry ass photo from like 3,000 yards away that was like held on like a camcorder. It's like shaky as fuck. You can't ever actually see what it is. I've seen no videos of aliens. I don't believe it. Like maybe like I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's something that the Navy was testing. I don't know, but I don't believe it was a UFO.
I wonder that too, because the video that they have, it's from some pilot, and they keep on locking onto it. But it's crazy how poor the quality of the camera is on a $1 billion jet, however fucking much they are. Like
Yeah.
that sucks. You can't see anything.
Yeah, you can't make out what it is at all. It just looks like a blurry black dot.
But it moves so fast.
Well, I mean, maybe the camera's just super zoomed.
But also, if someone's focusing so much time on getting this leaked and admitted, just saying, "Oh, declassified, we didn't know what it was." What's your win there? What are you gaining from that, other than probably money off of like merchandise or people following you or whatever it is?
Yeah, like a few people are gonna write news stories. He gets like it's his little hobby, so like he's having fun. And maybe he's right. Maybe they are real, but I still don't have significant evidence for me to say that they are.
I've
Personally,
never witnessed it. I don't know. I think that it's odd that the Pentagon said something about it, but I don't really know. I don't. You go into these threads and you just get people chatting all sorts of shit. Half the people are crazy that literally said that they've witnessed them or they've been like probed in the night. That was a big thing, but
yeah,
it turns out most of those people are schizophrenic.
yeah. Like I mean, believe me, like my roommate comes to me with crazy shit every day. Like my roommate is the definition of if he sees it on Instagram or somebody tells it to him, that's what he automatically believes, and it drives me insane. Like just the other day, I come downstairs. This is 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Like I'm like pretty freshly woken up. Like I just watched like an episode of Jersey Shore. That's how I like to start my Saturday mornings. I come downstairs. to get my cup of coffee, and he's down there, and he's blabbering this nonsense that a dispatcher in El Paso, Texas, told him that China made this virus, and the guy that invented it was living in Ohio, and like the FBI caught him. And I'm like, Google fucking Ohio man and caught, like, coronavirus Ohio man. Nothing came up. It's bullshit. There's no way it's true. Also, the virus isn't made. COVID-19 is because it's already a virus, and this is the 2019 version of the virus. Like, it's already like that's known fact. That's common knowledge.
Well, that's just silliness to believe something like that.
I know, but he's the type of guy that believes that kind of stuff, and it's annoying because he always talks about it. It is alarming that there's people out there.
It's a perfect.
Because he just registered to vote
on social media. That's like reading the headline and running with it.
Yeah, I mean, this dude just registered to vote, and like that concerns me too. like there's no requirements for voting. You can believe any crazy shit you want, and you can just vote for whoever runs the country.
Yeah, dude. The older you get, the more you realize how everything's just not as what you thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's anything.
I remember when I was at an age where I thought that politicians didn't lie and that they couldn't lie because they'd be arrested, but it turns out that
not true.
They literally just lie. Oh, speaking of politicians or whatever, Kim Jong-un's dead or maybe dead.
Maybe dead. We don't know. Have you seen the pictures of his sister that would take over?
She look like him?
No, she's scary. She looks like she'd be a villain in Kill Bill.
Oh, well, let me see.
She looks like she looked like a scary, like, cartoon assassin from like an anime.
Kim Jong-un's sister.
She's got like a ghost face.
It said Kim Jong-un's uncle emerges as possible successor.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'd rather have that guy than this girl. She has dead eyes, ghost white skin.
Oh yeah, dude, she looks scary. She doesn't. Yeah.
Like, you already know that in her house she has a torture basement where they just like, she brings peasants in and just like puts acid in their eyeballs and stuff.
Well, at least they're keeping it in the family, I guess. I don't really know how that dictatorship works if it's something that you just.
Yeah, it's like king stuff.
They're just gonna pull chopsticks out of a hat and see who gets the longest.
Well, so I don't know. We'll see. They sent a letter out saying he was alive, but I don't believe it. Like, it was probably like a type. They're like, letter from Kim Jong-un says he's still alive, and it's probably like a typed letter, like, I am alive, like like what was that, bench warmers? It's like, I am 12.
Oh yeah.
That's probably what his letter is like.
I don't know, man. It's weird times. That's crazy. I don't like that I'm seeing his sister. So it's gone.
She's scary. She's like The Grudge.
No, so I don't know. A lot of crazy news going on. The draft just happened virtually.
NFL draft, last sports that we have until God knows when.
But hold on, before that, I did see that the Korean baseball organization is going to be, they're in the works with ESPN to live stream games.
Oh, Korean baseball. Cool.
I don't know if they're going to be live.
Why are they?
They'll be like 7 in the morning. It'll be like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, things down here are starting to open back up, Texas. So, I mean, things are looking good.
I took a survey saying if I wanted to work from home still. And I said yes. So I don't know if that means anything, but I'm hoping that I get to work from home definitely.
I don't know. I mean, the numbers are going down.
The work from home thing is literally what everyone did for the NFL draft. For the most part.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It wasn't that bad. I do have some things I'd like to point out, but yeah, other than that, it was pretty cool. I would have rather been there, to be honest, but whatever. Nothing like canceling 5 vacation days to work more,
Did they show exactly, like, I don't remember, watched most of like the first, but like I don't remember watching any of the like later drafts. Like what happened? Like was it just continuously back and forth like in each
I mean,
person?
yeah, it's just like how it was in the first round, but it was like, I mean,
Thoughts on all the kids?
it was pretty standard to how the draft usually goes. Like, you know, like after you don't have the guys in the green room any like that are actually at the draft, like that's basically how it is just virtual.
Right.
So like, I mean, it was like that. But yeah, I mean, few complaints with some of the stuff that happened, but other than that, you know, cool
Complaints
stuff.
on what?
Um, First thing I had a complaint on was how all the kids were in like the draft room of all the GMs and coaches.
Take your fucking kid to work day. What do you mean?
No, dude, fuck that. Okay, like this is my team. All right. These are my Detroit Lions. And you have your fucking kids in there while you're making the choice of the guy we're gonna pay $10 million for 5 years.
What if it's like
Have your
they
kids.
click a button and they actually click the wrong one? They can't go back.
What if they unplug something? You don't know what those things are gonna do. Gnaw through some cords. Like you don't know. You don't know what they're gonna do in there. Get the kids out of the room. I'm sick of it. It's like you're making multi-million-dollar decisions on the fate of your team. Like we want a playoff win. That's all we want. And you have your kids in the room while you're making picks.
Playoff win. Singular.
You're fielding trade calls from the freaking Panthers and Bucks, and your freaking kids in the room talking about whatever nonsense Bionicle or whatever your kid's talking about. Like, get out of town.
Fuck's Bionicle.
It's like something from like the early 2000s that kids like me used to play with. But like, I mean, whatever kids play with today, like My Little Pony or whatever it is, just get the
TikTok.
kids out of the room. It was so frustrating to watch just kids getting airtime.
Okay, they're like, I mean, I guess they can't go to school and brag about it. And who wants to brag about like I'm sure Matt Patricia's kids have a little rough going if they're going to school in the
Yeah.
Detroit. Like they may
Yeah.
already be
Well,
homeschooled
I
based
mean,
off of his 2 years
they're
here.
in Northville. They're in Northville, so I bet they're soft as hell anyways.
Yeah, they're probably like getting shit on.
Yeah, by all the other rich kids. Like
Northville is rich.
Yeah.
All right, so no kids. Kids were an issue. These are notes for next year when hopefully we.
That doesn't sound good. Sounds from downtown Detroit.
As my parents would say, they're coming for you. Like, what?
The soothing city sounds of downtown Detroit.
Don't worry. That's not right outside of my fucking window. You fucking Patrick. All right, so no kids. That was an issue for you.
Okay, another big thing, and I tweeted about this. So, start of day 2. I'm watching. Kelly Clarkson pops up on the screen, and I'm like, "What is going on?"
For what?
Kelly Clarkson she's on the screen and she just starts talking, and I'm like, "Okay, what's Kelly Clarkson have to say about the NFL draft?" And then she just starts singing, like performing a live show from her fucking
Well, she is a
living room.
singer, an artist.
It's like if I just pulled out a guitar right now and just played my two top hits, and you're like, Kohler, you have no hits. And I'm like, I know, that's why it sucks. And then she just starts. What?
Behind these hazel eyes?
I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear about the prospects. It's their night, not hers. And so I'm like, okay, fuck this, whatever. I'll just switch the channel to the other channel that has the draft. Same exact thing. So they're both airing the same Kelly Clarkson concert at the same time while I'm trying to watch the draft, and you're like, I don't care. Like, it wasn't even good. Like, she didn't have a mic. It was like she was just singing into her AirPod, and then like, and she was just like, she just started singing, and then they're like, yeah, COVID-19, that sucks. I'm like, what is this draft? By the way, saddest draft. Every other pick, they were talking about like, thank you to the first responders, which we get it. Yes, thank you to the first responders. See, I just did that once. You don't have to do it for the whole entire draft.
Yeah.
You want to do it once at the beginning of each day? Sure. Once at the beginning and end of each day? Sure. But they were doing it like after every commercial break. Like everything, like we get it. Like,
They need
okay,
filler.
like
What else are they going to put in there? You can only like.
it's like, well, I mean, come up with something better. It's like, okay, first responders, good job. The rest of us suck. We get it. Like, we're not doing anything to help anybody. Like, we're just sitting at home. And it's like, this sucks. Coronavirus sucks. But it's like every single person was coronavirus, like, stay at home. Thank you, the first responders.
Well, I mean,
Donate to
what
this
would they normally
charity.
put in at
Donate
that
to
time?
that charity.
They put in like fans screaming, booing, whatever. Didn't they have
Yeah,
Zoom
like little
background?
fun facts.
Did they
They have
have
like,
Zoom backgrounds for a lot of the fans? Like,
what?
was there a screen that had?
Yeah, behind the commissioner, who by the way has no stage presence, and he's just he must be a robot.
He kind of looks like what I think that Ron will look like when he's older.
Yeah, a little bit. Roger Goodell is like a black guy's impersonation of a white guy. Is basically what he is. Like that's what he is. He's just like robot, and he's just like, it's like, don't put too much pepper on my chicken, it'll be bad or spicy. Make sure you put extra mayo.
He was born into that lifestyle, right? Wasn't he a rich kid that like was pretty much interning and worked his way up through the NFL?
I bet. He looks like he's never been laid. Like I couldn't imagine. I'd pay $50 to watch Roger Goodell's sex tape.
Oh,
Maybe more.
I don't want to see that.
I do. Taking
noise?
pictures?
I don't know what that means. Did you hear that?
Anyways, what?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Anyways, moving on. Another sad thing about the draft, because this was the saddest draft of all time, they've tried to constantly bring you down. Anytime somebody got picked, it was like they would just like mention everybody that they know that died.
What do you mean?
They like the guy would be picked and they'd be like, oh yeah, this guy, his grandpa died tragically at the age of 98 of natural causes 2 years ago. And you're like, dude, that's not even newsworthy. Like that has nothing to do with.
People want to have the background of the person and everything, and I think that it's taken up way too much of everything. It's just like when you watch those shows like American Idol or all those things, they always have to have a sob story back in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like it was just so annoying.
That's what ESPN does now. That's all they do.
I know, and it's the worst thing. ESPN, you suck. And anyways, it got to the point where it was like 5 consecutive picks. They're like, this guy's grandma died, this guy's dad's best friend died, this guy's uncle died, and it's like, bro, we get it. Everybody's dead. Move on. Tell us about what does he like to do on the weekends? I don't know. What's his favorite? I would rather hear what.
Like
I would rather hear stuff like that. I'd rather hear what his favorite song to dance to is.
That'd be a fun one.
This guy's favorite movie's Up. Like I would rather hear that shit than this guy's grandma died of leukemia when he was 8 years old, and he wrote a letter to his grandma saying that he'd make her proud, and oh, is he making her proud now? Let's cut to the tape. Yeah, he runs a 4.59, and it's like, dude, nobody leave the grandma part out of it. That's between him and his grandma.
That's true.
I don't give a shit.
No, they do try to make it too much of a sob story. I agree.
It's just one of those things that pissed me off. And then one more small thing. It didn't piss me off, but I thought it was funny. Is Trey Wingo? Do you know who Trey Wingo is? So Trey Wingo, he's a goofy goober, and he's just like he's like the guy that's trying to be like the cool dad, but like anytime it would cut, like so he'd be like he's trying to fill all this time with random nonsense, and anytime it would cut to a GM or coach's like office set up, and they weren't there, he'd be like, and now to the couch of the New York Giants, Dave Gettleman. Oh, where is he? Not in his couch. Every single time. Here, wait, let me. So it would cut to him. So it'd be like Trey Wingo, and then it would cut, and then it would be like this. And be like, oh, That's where he's supposed to be. Supposedly, this is where he would be sitting if he was in his seat. And you're like, okay, Trey, like you don't need to point that out. You can just say he's not in the shot.
Again,
Like,
dude,
oh,
he's looking for filler for this. Like, what the fuck?
he's like, oh,
Also,
he's not. He's actually not a ghost. He actually was sitting there, and now he's not. Like,
are they
we know
giving?
that. We
Are they
know.
giving? Like, I wonder, are they giving him a heads up? Like, shoot you text, hey, you're about to be on in like 5 minutes.
I don't think they could, because if I was a coach or GM, I would just purposely not be there.
They cut to.
Or I'd be like doing something weird, like
Yeah. Did anyone forget that all the cameras were live on them? Is what I want to know.
I'm sure they told them. I'm sure they're like, okay, we're setting up these cameras in your house.
I mean, you can
Like,
go. I mean, I feel like people would forget pretty quick.
I don't know. If it was me and they're like, we're cutting to you in 30 seconds, I'd be like fake shaving my legs or something. Like, I'd start so many controversies about myself.
I'd always be peeling a banana. Never eating it, just always peeling.
It'd cut to me, I'd just be yelling at my kids, get out of the room. Dad's working.
Kept doing a TikTok with your kids. who had who had the best?
Those things are so stupid.
Who had the best setups and who had the worst?
Best setup, Cliff Kingsbury. He looked like a freaking like. He looked like if I had anything to compare it to, it was like a movie where like the guy gets all the money and stuff and he buys like a sick pad and then everybody leaves him and he's all by himself because he was lonely the whole time. So it looked like he was just like lonely and sad in this big mansion. And everything looked super nice except he looked sad.
Like, oh, I wish my kids were here.
I heard I think it was on Part of My Take. They said that he looked like Ryan Gosling's character from Crazy Stupid Love. I was like, that's pretty spot on. I can't come up with anything better than that. And then Jerry Jones looked like a Bond villain, like he was on a yacht.
Where he was just sitting there like this, and then a woman had his phone held up to him, and he's just like talking. I don't know if he's paralyzed.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. Everything in the room was like chrome, like that episode of SpongeBob. Like, and he was just like you're just like, yeah, see, we're gonna take over the world.
He was on his yacht, I think, wasn't he?
We them boys.
Jerry Jones.
I don't know why he would do it from a yacht. That seems like there'd be too much that could go wrong, you know?
The first thing that pops up from the Fort Worth Star, how a mega yacht and Moby Dick gave the Dallas Cowboys an NFL draft class for the ages.
See? Bond villain. He's got pet whales.
He does look very Bond villain-like in this picture.
Yeah, and then I think probably my favorite moment was Bill Belichick's dog.
Oh, it hopped up when he was gone?
Yeah,
please tell me Trey Wingo cut to something funny there. Or did he miss
No, when they made the pick, like the dog was just sitting in his seat. And Bill Belichick did that. It's like he's like, I'm a silly goose. He's like, I'm in the corner. He's like, oh, I'm a silly goose. So yeah, that was the NFL draft.
Do you see us in Cleveland, Ohio next year?
Cleveland, Ohio. I'll be there. But yeah, I got a 5 winners and 5 losers of the draft on my other show, the Kohler Sports Show, brought to you by Number One City Sports. We need like a plug that I can read whenever I say these. Like we need like Number One City Sports, this where sports meet your city, something like that. We need to write something up like that so I can start plugging, the company. Like this show, brought to you by Number One City. That's it. And I just need something there. But yeah, that's all I got for today.
Stay tuned for tomorrow because big episode of Survivor coming on.
Yeah, we got our Survivor review coming up.
Can Tony continue to just fucking mastermind everything? I know they're gunning for him this week.
Tony's crushing it.
This crow's nest.
I don't know. Like one of the keys to Survivor, you don't want to peak. You don't want to peak too early because then you're dead meat unless you can keep finding ways to win like immunity. But I mean,
how many people are left now? Like 10?
8.
I think Tony's in a good spot. He has a he has a immunity idol right now.
Yeah, and they're gonna bring somebody back from the edge of extinction, at least one more. So
Tyson.
that'd
Again.
be funny. That'd be funny if it was Tyson.
All right. Good talk. Let's get it going tomorrow.
All right, wrap it. Peace.